What's up everyone, welcome to Aguma Studies, and today we're going to be talking about how my SKX held up in Yellowstone. So I was in Yellowstone recently for about 10 days in total. The whole road trip was for about 10 days. I was in Yellowstone and the Tetons for about a week. And the whole time I've pretty much wore my SKX. I thought about bringing the world time, decided against it, just because I wanted to kind of feel. I know the world time can handle whatever the hell a road trip has to, throw at it. But I was a bit curious about the SKX. So to start it off, one thing that was exceptionally helpful was the day date. Yup, the day date was exceptionally helpful because when you're camping, when you're car camping, when you're doing whatever, right? I mean, when you're out in the wilderness, your phone's not gonna get signal. Your phone might die. You know what I mean? My uncle, who I went with, he brought his phone, right? He was always asking me, hey, what's the time? Hey, what's the time? Hey, what's the time? Hey, what's the time? So I'd tell him. But it was also very, very good to know, okay, today's Friday, today's Thursday, today's, at least in my case, the way it's my jueves, miércoles, etc., etc., etc. Because it's good to know, like, what day you are in the trip. A road trip, they usually don't last too long. Maybe shortest, a day or 2, 3 days to max. I don't know, they can go on for a long time. But just having a general idea of where it is in the month and in the week, it's super duper duper helpful. Especially for me, because at one point I was like, dang, I really want to go home. I want to start, because I had a bunch of stuff I had to do when I got home. So it was good to just kind of keep in mind, alright, this is what day it is. Another thing that helped out a ton was the bezel. So what I would do is, let's say my uncle was in the car, he was driving, let's say we're mushroom hunting, right? We went and did a bit of mushroom hunting. He said, alright, I'll be back in 30 minutes, okay? He set a timer on his phone. Well, I set a timer on my watch. So let's say it was let's see what time it is now. It is about 4:20. Let's say it's about 4:20, right? Well, you go, alright, well, it's 4:20, he's going to be back in 30 minutes, so that's 4:50. So you line it up at the 50, and you wait for the seconds hand to go where you put the marker. Another thing you could do is you could time hours like this. So let's say you want it to be, let's say something important was happening at 9 o'clock. So what you do is you set it at 9, and you just have to remember, what specifically you're timing for. So the diving bezel can help you time hours, minutes, seconds. Just depends on what you're doing. I wear my SKX in the shower. By the way, I don't use a lot of soap. I just soap my whatever. I'm not even gonna go into depth on how I take a shower, but I'm not gonna. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you wear your watch in the shower, watch out, especially with the bezels. Soap will mess up the your bezel. That's just what soap does. But anyway, I time. So what I do when I'm taking a shower, I take a hot shower, and then I let's say I just say 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds of just cold, right? So I time it with the bezel. Right, you flick it on, okay, it's about that time, you wait till it gets to there. It's super duper duper helpful to be able to time things in general. And all you have to do is just twist the bezel. So, off the bat, the complications of this watch are super helpful. And another one is, of course, that it's on automatic. It is so nice not ever having to worry, if you sleep with your watch especially, never having to worry about winding it, never have to worry about, oh, is it losing time because it's not as wound? Okay, I forgot to wind it. What time is it now? I never had to worry about that. When I got home after the 10-day trip, I checked my watch against my computer, and it was about 5 minutes off. So that means it was. I think I might have set it ahead. So I probably set it ahead around 2 or 3 minutes, as I usually do. So after 10 days, it was off forward by about 2 minutes, which to me really isn't that big of a deal. I would rather have my watch be 2 minutes ahead than on time, personally. So accuracy wise, it held up exceptionally well. But yeah, the automatic movement just helps so much. Just the less maintenance you have to do on it, the better. Just set it on. You can just set it on your wrist and go. Another thing is the water resistance helped a ton. I didn't do a lot of swimming whenever in my on my trip, but I mean I was playing in water. I was skipping rocks. I was looking for stuff, and I of course never had to worry for a second in my mind that this would be able to handle whatever water I put on it. Any times I was worried about my SKX, I never ever felt like it really couldn't handle the situation. Back when I was wearing it on the trip, I had it on the green needle strap, so I felt really kind of outdoorsy. But yeah, it held up super duper well. Like I said, I wore it on a needle strap. One time actually I put it on wrong. I missed a lug. I took off the strap because I was just looking at it when I was bored. I put it on my watch like this and had it on like this. Well, it can go like that. I was like, oh crap, I messed it up. But yeah, that NATO strap just made me think, okay, well, what if my spring bar actually broke? My watch would still stay on my wrist. So if you're going traveling, I highly, especially outdoors traveling, you're doing stuff outdoors, I recommend the NATO strap 100%. It is perfect for, I would say, just about every single type of situation, unless it's like formal. But even then, like you put your steel watch in a gray NATO, it just looks like it's on a metal band anyway. So that's where I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Just to reiterate what I said earlier, my SKX held up super duper well at Yellowstone. I'm really happy the way that it performed. It was a constant companion by my side, whether I was hiking, driving around Yellowstone, driving through Montana, Idaho, whether I was trying to find signal to call someone for something, or talking with old ladies from Florida, whether I was hiking down a trail and scared that I saw a bear, but it turns out it's a bison. All kinds of stuff. And my SKX, I never ever doubted that it would perform unreliably. So if you guys don't have one, or you have a watch like the SKX, tell me about it. Have you guys done any road trips traveling with your SKX? One thing I would really like to know is, do any of you travel with a mechanical wristwatch only? I'm curious, because right now in my mind, there's kind of like a fight going on between the Casio World Time and my SKX. For the travel spot, my wristwatch, I think I'm gonna just bring both for different situations. If I'm going world traveling, you gotta bring the world time, but if it's just a car trip with a 1 hour time difference, I think the SKX will perform mighty fine. Yep, that's where I end the video, guys. Remember, please tell me your thoughts on my experience with my SKX, and yours if you have any. What kind of travel watches do you use? And that's all I got to say today, guys. The SKX Field Report, I would give this guy, I'd give him a 95 out of 100, because being off by 2 minutes over 10 days, I think it's fairly significant. So I give you, my boyo, a 95 out of 100. Thanks for watching the video, and Akuma.
Bye.